Elias Thorne had built his life with the precision of a surgeon and the coldness of a cathedral in winter. At 37, he was one of the richest attorneys in the country, feared in the courtroom, respected in every corporate boardroom, and impossible to reach emotionally. People said he had marble where his heart should be. Elias didn't correct them. It was easier that way. He didn't date. He didn't flirt. He didn't even look at women. His world was made of iron rules, spotless suits, and a calendar packed to the second. No surprises. No attachments. No distractions. But life has a way of breaking even the strongest structures. A fall night that changed everything. The first time Elias saw her, she wasn't a client. She wasn't even scheduled. She was standing in the grand lobby of Thorne & Law, drenched from the rain, clutching a file soaked through and a photograph pressed to her chest. A grieving mother. Her name was Maya Harris, a black woman with tired eyes and trembling hands, yet something undeniably strong beneath all that pain. His assistant tried to escort her out. "Ma'am, appointments are." "I just need 5 minutes," she whispered, voice cracking. "Please." "Someone took my son's case and buried it." That sentence made Elias look up. He stood at the top of the staircase like a judge descending from Olympus. Maya saw him and straightened her spine even though her legs were shaking. Elias never forgot what happened next. He asked her one question, quiet, cutting, practiced like every lawyer's tool. "What is your son's name?" Maya's breath broke. "Noah." Something shifted inside Elias. He didn't know why. But he walked down the stairs himself. "Come to my office," he said. "I'll hear you." His entire staff froze. Elias had never taken an unscheduled client. And certainly never a case that did not promise millions. But Maya Harris didn't ask for money. She asked for justice. And that, somehow, reached him. The case that hit too close. The more she spoke, the more Elias felt the ice inside him crack. Noah Harris had died in what the police had claimed was an accident, hit by a reckless driver who happened to be the son of a wealthy developer. Evidence had been tampered with, witnesses silenced, reports lost. A cover-up so clean only someone powerful could have orchestrated it. "You want revenge?" Elias asked. Maya shook her head, tears sliding silently. "I want the truth. My son deserves that much." Her grief wasn't loud. It was quiet, like someone drowning without splashing. Elias didn't know why her pain felt like claws inside his chest. He only knew he couldn't let it go. "I'll take your case," he said. Maya's eyes widened. "Why?" "I can't afford." "I didn't ask for payment." "Then what do you want from me?" He paused. "I want to make this right." Working side by side. Days turned into weeks. Elias worked the case with a kind of fury that startled even him. He found himself staying up until dawn reviewing evidence. He personally met every witness. And Maya. Maya stayed by his side through it all. She brought him food when he forgot to eat. She sat quietly during his strategy meetings. She listened when he ranted about corruption and injustices he'd always ignored before. One night, she asked him softly, "Why do you help people like this? You're a billionaire. You could walk away from everything." He looked at her for a long moment. "I don't help people," he said. "Not usually." "Then why help me?" Elias didn't have an answer. His heart did. The man behind the stone. Elias tried to maintain distance. He tried to stay cold. But grief softened everything it touched, and Maya's grief touched him in ways he wasn't prepared for. He started driving her home after late meetings. He started noticing the way she wrapped her arms around herself when she talked about Noah. He started noticing the strength she used to hold herself together. One evening, while reviewing files at his penthouse, Maya paused at a shelf filled with awards and framed verdicts. "Do they make you happy?" she asked. Elias didn't answer. Because no, they didn't. Nothing had, for a very long time. You know, Maya said softly, you carry sadness too. He stiffened. I don't. It's in your eyes. No one had ever said that to him. No one had ever seen him. Before he could respond, Maya stepped back, embarrassed. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cross a line. But she was right. He knew she was right. And for the first time in years, he wished someone would cross a line, if it was her. The courtroom battle. When the trial finally began, Elias walked into the courtroom like a storm. The opposing side was a fortress of money, connections, and lies. But Elias Thorne was a different kind of force, calm, lethal, unstoppable. Every time he spoke, Maya felt hope rekindle in her chest. Every lie the other side told, Elias knocked down. Every false report they presented, he shredded. Every attempt to twist the truth, he blocked. He fought like Noah had been his own child. And everyone saw it. Including Maya. The verdict that broke them both. The jury found the defendant guilty, not just of reckless driving but of intentional cover-up and conspiracy. Justice. At last. Maya collapsed into sobs, not the painful ones she'd been carrying, but the kind that finally let light come through. Elias caught her before she hit the ground. You did it, she whispered. No, he murmured, holding her. We did. But Maya suddenly grew quiet. She stepped back, wiping her tears. You've given me something priceless, she said. But Elias. I don't want to owe you anything. He frowned. You don't owe me. I mean emotionally. She swallowed. You're a powerful man. A wealthy man. Women must. I don't look at women, he said truthfully. Her lips parted. Then why do you look at me? Elias didn't intend to confess. But the truth slipped out anyway. Because you make me feel, he said. And I don't know how to handle that. A heart finally unfrozen. Weeks passed. They kept their distance, she healing quietly, he wrestling with feelings he'd buried for years. Then one evening, Maya knocked on his office door. I realized something, she said, voice trembling. My son taught me to love even when it scares me. Elias stood slowly. Maya. And you, she continued, you taught me that my heart isn't buried with him. It still works. It still feels. For you. Elias crossed the room in 2 strides. You melted something in me, he whispered. Something I didn't know could melt. Maya reached up, cupping his face. You deserve to feel, Elias. You just needed someone safe to feel it with. He closed his eyes, letting her touch wash years of loneliness away. For the first time, he murmured, I want something that isn't a case, a victory, or a title. What do you want? You. The end, but also the beginning. The billionaire lawyer who never looked at women finally looked at one. Really looked. At her grief. At her courage. At her quiet strength. And in returning her son's truth, he found his own. 2 broken hearts, one grieving, one frozen, finally began to beat again. Together.